Hey, come see us live. We're doing our Rumble Time show September 27th in Los Angeles. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, and we'll be in Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So as we were just talking about, a lot of black leaders have made the point that we're making, that the Democrats are not the lesser of two evils. They always say, oh, they're the lesser of two evils. Well, here's Ajama Baraka. He rejects the lesser evil of Hillary Clinton and the Democrats. So that's back from what year is this? 2016. Right, so he ran as the Jill Stein's running mate. Here's Black Agenda Report. Margaret Kimberly, Biden is the greater and less effective evil. So that's from November of 2023. Here is Glenn Ford. This is from 2021. They reprinted it. Why Barack Obama is the more effective evil. An evil you cannot see is not the lesser evil. It is a more effective one. He goes on, let me say from the very beginning that we at Black Agenda Report do not think that Barack Obama is the lesser evil. He is the more effective evil. He has been more effective in evil doing than Bush in terms of protecting the citadels of corporate power and advancing the imperial agenda. He has put both Wall Street and U.S. imperial power on new and more aggressive tracks, just as he hired himself out to do. No matter how much evil Barack Obama actually accomplishes during his presidency, people who call themselves leftists insist on dubbing him the lesser evil. Not only is Obama not given proper credit for out-eviling George Bush domestically and internationally, but the first black president is awarded positive grades for his intentions versus the presumed intentions of Republicans. As the author says, this is psychobabble, not analysis. No real left would engage in it. He has been more effective in evil doing. We read that part. That was always Wall Street's expectation of Obama and his promise to them. That's why they gave him far more money in 2008 than they gave to John McCain. They were buying Obama's futures on the electoral political market, and they made out like bandits. They invested in Obama to protect them from harm as a hedge against the risk of systemic disaster caused by their own predations. And it was a good bet, a good deal. It paid out in tens of trillions of dollars. If you believe that what Wall Street does is evil, then Obama's service to Wall Street is evil, and there is nothing lesser about it. He goes on. It's a great article. Everybody should check it out by Glenn Ford over at the Black Agenda Report. He wrote it in 2021. I think that's when he wrote it. So would you would agree with that, right? That if the people who vote Democrat pat themselves on the back thinking they're voting for the lesser of two evil. I've made this point since Bill Clinton, that Bill Clinton was not the lesser of two evil between him and George Herbert Walker Bush or Bob Dole, because Bill Clinton was able to do evil that they wouldn't allow George Herbert Walker. For instance, NAFTA. George Herbert Walker Bush tried to pass NAFTA, and he couldn't because the Blue Dog Democrats sided with their unions and stopped him. Well, when Bill Clinton got elected, he gave cover to those Blue Dog Democrats so they can now vote against the unions and implement NAFTA, which cut the legs out from underneath unions for ever since in this country. So then he went on to explode the prison population with the crime bill as he gutted welfare. He had a secret deal to privatize Social Security with Newt Gingrich, but thank God that he got that blowjob from Monica Lewinsky, which is what stopped. That actually is what stopped it. And then he deregulated Wall Street, repealed Glass-Steagall, which crashed our economy in the next. So do you have anything to say you'd like to add about this?
I mean, this for me right now, watching anything Obama related is a lesson for me, because as most Democrats do, we go to sleep. When there's a Democrat in office, good night, everything's safe, we're fine, and we're a bunch of fucking idiots because none of us knew what was going on. And that is, my daughter said to me, please vote for Biden, it's the lesser of two evils. And then she later on taught me that everything we were thinking at that time was wrong. And then I went back to my old Bush and realizing that these were all neocons. Everybody, I was right from the beginning. Everybody was lying, and they're all. But the Obama thing, I really stayed away from that because I felt like it wasn't my place. And I was afraid. I think just like the rest of the world, just afraid to speak out about anything. I would have never spoken out back then about anything. I wasn't interested in it, and it didn't feel like the threat was as ominous as it is right now. And the lies hadn't had a chance to fully emerge the way, I mean, now with the way technology is, we're getting bombarded, we're being censored, but there's still stuff coming through the cracks nonstop. So there's really no way around not recognizing. My daughter sits around and listens to all of the positive Obama stuff and then all of the negative Obama stuff because she's trying to understand it. She's a kid. She's a little kid. And I'm like, wow, why are you even, is that Obama I hear? And she's like, yes, I need to understand both sides of everything right now.
Wow.
You know, because it's the race is involved. And I think back when Don Lemon, as Tucker likes to call him, was on TV saying, during the whole BLM thing, it's all your fault. Everybody at home, it's your fault. It's your fault. My daughter's a little kid. She goes, Mommy, am I racist? All her friends were Black and Hispanic. I was raised by a Nicaraguan woman. I was like, they're really telling us that we are. So I don't know. Do we listen to this television or do we shut this fucking thing off? And we shut it off. And that was it. We went down every rabbit hole and figured everything out. And we were like, okay. We have a better sense of where we're at now than we ever have. And we're living in really dangerous times.
Well, that's why they've clamped down. They've ramped up the censorship and they've clamped down on independent news. And they write, it all started in 2017. They did a thing called Adpocalypse. So the New York Times had written this article about, all these YouTubers are radicalizing your children and they're all Nazis and white supremacists and they're spreading misinformation and fake, and YouTube freaked out, and so they didn't want their advertisers to pull their advertising, so they completely ratcheted down independent news. So now we're being we have an anti-algorithm on us now. I used to get bigger views when I had 200,000 subscribers. Now I have 1.5 million subscribers. I used to get bigger views back then. Often they would feature our stuff because if it was a video that was about current events and it was popular, they'd put it on the front page. They never. So now so what YouTube does now is they push viewers towards what they call reliable news sources, and that's CNN, ABC News, MSNBC, Fox News. Nobody ever used to come to YouTube to watch that. They would come to YouTube to watch independent news, but now they're fed that.
I come to you to watch the news now, Jimmy. I come to you and all. I mean, you have Mike Benz on here all the time. I mean, you have all the good guys.
I'm very proud of the show, and I'm proud of the people who are willing to come on the show. And I want to so you stopped acting, and a lot of it was because you wouldn't take the jab. You lost did you lose a lot of friends?
I lost people think I'm crazy.
Yeah, of
people
course.
Still think I am. It was okay when I was supporting Kennedy, but now that Kennedy's over there with Trump, all eyes are on me now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait till you see what I'm going to do. You fucking maniacs. You guys are the maniacs, not me. Everybody's so excited that there's a woman in the house and she's Black. And it's like,
and nobody voted for her.
I just fell asleep. I really, my question is, how do we convert more liberals? Because the Rescue the Republic, which I know you're a part of.
Right.
Just Brett, I was asked to tell you to promote it today by Kennedy's team. And there's all Democrats on that ticket. There's mostly ex-Democrats that are there. Or as I said on Fox last night, he goes, so is there a big conservative movement in LA but they're being silent? And I was like, no, all the liberals are hiding in the conservative movement right now. We are, I feel like. It's a safe place. We have more like-minded people around us. I mean, I'm socially super liberal, but all the others, they use that as a weapon. So how do you I feel like they've been hypnotized. How do you bring them back? How do we bring them back to the center? I have no idea, because I've been trying since Hillary Clinton got lost to Donald Trump. I've been trying to the whole country loved Donald Trump, and I'm going to show you a video in a minute to prove that. He was, I make the case, he was given his own network television show for 10 years. Hollywood gave him Emmys. They all golfed together. Their kids are best friends. They all went to each other's weddings. They all loved Donald Trump. Yeah. Oprah said they should run for office together. Oh, when he's massaging Joy's shoulders on The View.
The View loved him. Everybody loved him. So,
I know.
So what they had to do was turn him into Stalin/Hitler to get you to keep voting for their tools of the military-industrial complex. And that's what that is. And that's why they did Russiagate. That's why they did January 6th. That's why they impeached him twice. That's why they're doing 91 felony indictments. Really? Not one of them about January 6th. Isn't that interesting? Not one. Because they don't want to take that. Right. They don't want to take that. But so now I just want to let people know that you have a t-shirt company. Right?
Yes, we have a t-shirt company. I couldn't act anymore, so this is how we saved our home, and among other things that I won't talk about here. Just kidding. Ultra free. That is the spine. Have a backbone, motherfuckers. Have a backbone. Council for Nuclear Disarmament. Because there's a lot of alien talk already. There'll be more. So I'm sure there's going to be more very soon when they
have all kinds of different t-shirts. What is this one? Make Freedom.
That's our MAGA shirt. That's Make Freedom Psychedelic Again.
Make Freedom Psychedelic Again.
Because I feel like the whole movement now on the right is just Christians and country music, and the arts have sort of, I feel like the American dream is on hold.
Well, the arts have lost their mind, especially during COVID. Well, it was Trump and then COVID. And they're the word. They became fascists. They became the thing they think they're fighting.
I know. And nobody will antagonize anybody through art, through visual art, painting, film. Everything's predictive programming now. I mean, even The Simpsons, when you mentioned The Simpsons, I mean, they've been predicting shit forever. I mean, I'm sure they have a playbook there too.
So you also have hats. There's hats, ultra free.
Yeah, so it's for the people who are still rock and roll,
Defund the media.
That's a collaboration.
Here's another one. Ungovernable. Oh, I like that one. I like these.
Yeah, those are from a girl who we're carrying her stuff on our site, made in New York.
Okay.
But it's easier to get them from us.
Hey, come see us live. We're doing our Rumble Time show September 27th in Los Angeles. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, and we'll be in Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.